Good morning, fellas, ladies, gentlemen. Hope everybody's doing great, as always. And nothing's perfect as long as it's on the opposite side. The glass is not halfway empty; it's halfway full. Put it that way. Uh, this video is for all the I call all these people the prodigal sons or daughters or whatever. You save up all your money, and sell up everything you got, and you run out of Africa, run into the Western world or to the East, or wherever, thinking that life is better in the other side. And you sit there um, and see all these foreigners coming from the Western world and the East, or to Africa to make money. So why do you think these people are coming from their country, their homeland, to come to Africa, where you escaping from, to go to Europe or America to make money? Think about it. Pause for a second. Pause the video for a second if you can. Think about it. Why are Africans migrating Africa through boats, through ships, through airplane, and through the tires, and I mean, and they freeze to death in the airplane because they kind of hit themselves, and even there was a little boy not too long ago that tried to get in the airplane and to go to Europe or anywhere that airplane could take him. Why are people thinking like that? We say it's our government. No, it's not. It's not just our government. It's the mentality. It's what we are prone to do in Africa. All the plants grow upward. You know why? Because the sun is up. So all the plants grows towards the sky because the sun is up. You see what I'm saying? So why all Africans running to Europe and America? Because their source, they think that their source of food or maybe a wealth or whatever is in Europe and America. And every day I sit here and tell you guys, I don't just tell you directly, but I tell you in so many ways that Africa is the best place to be. We can check the Chinese, the Arabs, the Americans, you know, and you just name it, whatever group of people you want to name. There are people in Africa representing them. Why? Because Africa is the source of wealth. Africa is the source of um, healing. Africa is the source of um, greatness. Africa is where, I mean, everything originated. You know, so why are we escaping from where these Europeans and these Americans and these Arabs trying to go to every day, in and out, in and out, in and out? Why? Because the Western world or the East advertise, all these fancy things, but really, not really what it is. So, most of you guys praying to just get picked up one day from Africa and dropped somewhere in Europe or in America or anywhere. I feel bad sometimes when I sit there and think about it. I've been in America more than a decade, you know, and all I ever wished for was to breathe that sweet aroma or that sweet smell of that dust of Africa. That's all I want to breathe sometimes. I just want to breathe that. When it rains in Africa, the clay smell that comes up after that rain, I just want to smell that sometimes. That's all I need. And it makes me feel good. It makes me feel at home. It makes me feel like I believe God put you on this earth for a reason. I believe God put you on this earth, and the part of this earth God put you is for a reason. For example, I'm gonna tell you something. They said the peanuts fertilize the soil. As most vegetables or fruit or whatever grows and take nutrients out of the soil, right? But it said peanuts fertilize the soil. So So imagine after planting rubber or whatever on your land, right, and drawing all this the nutrients out of the soil, because you said rubber is really toxic to the soil. So they kill. If you notice, they said rubber tree is really selfish because nothing really grow around rubber trees, but rubber or maybe little grass and stuff like that. Like so if you look at it, and after planting that, when you get rid of all the rubber, plant some peanuts, and they re-fertilize the soil. So now, this is what I'm saying. I don't want to get carried away too much. But this is what I'm saying. So you are doing everything because you think that out of Africa is the way. Out of Africa is, these leaders are suffering us. These leaders are punishing us. These leaders are doing this and doing that. Forget all the leaders. Forget about the leaders, man. Forget about all their junk. Forget about all their crazy stuff they're doing. Focus. Focus on your goal. Your goal is to be successful. That's the first thing. Your goal is to be successful. And success starts with surviving. When you survive, you can live for another day to be successful. So you want to survive first. And when you surviving, you go for your needs first. What you need first, not what you want. You see what I'm saying? When you are a survivor, you trying to get everything you need before what you want. When you successful, you get what you want. You see what I'm saying? Hopefully I'm teaching something good today. Like, I don't have no psychology degree. I don't have no sociology degree. I don't have whatever it takes to be teaching what I'm teaching right now. But it's just common sense. It's just common sense. Think about it. Why are we suffering ourselves? If you would take maybe $3,000 or $4,000 just to travel through the Sahara, and through, let's say you leave in Liberia, you go through Guinea, Mali, um, Senegal, just keep naming it. Just keep naming it. You keep going all the way up. Niger, Tunisia, um, Libya, and you go all the way up there. You reach to to where you got to cross from Africa to Europe, and you spend almost maybe $6,000-7,000. Sit down and think about it. When you sit and think, you start a business with maybe less than $1,000 in Liberia. You start a business. It's not going to be easy, but you start a business anyway. And that business kick off, right? Take off, you know, things start going a little by little. You buy a piece of lot or whatever, build your house, and with maybe something really simple for now. So you got a house, you got a piece of lot, you renting a piece of that part of that house or whatever, and then the rent from that house, you can build a couple more houses with it. Every year. You got a little business that's going on. Think about it. Think about it for a second. Instead of me going to Europe and suffer, instead of me going to, maybe Mexico, because you think Mexico got a border where you can cross through Mexico and come to America, then it's just when your struggle begins. Like, you got to struggle now to get papers and all these things. You got to be hiding from the police, and you just keep naming it. So your problem never ends until you got all these papers and all that stuff taken care of. Let's say you do this for 6, 7, 8 years, trying to do all this. If you going through all this for 6, 7, 8 years, you could have started a farm or something in Liberia that's really making good money for you now, or wherever you are. So, me sitting here and looking at it like, what? This is what I would say. What does it profit a man if he gains the world and loses his soul? But this is not about gaining the world. What does it profit a man if you go to Europe or go to America or go to wherever and you don't get anything but just a bigger house, a bigger problem, a bigger car, and everything, but bigger problem, bigger bills. So you cannot even save to go back home. So you stay here like you. I mean, I think about it like it's messed up. For some people, it's good. Don't get me wrong. Some people make it, and that's when you get there now, people get into prostitution. People get into a whole lot of different things because they're trying to survive, and you don't have anything to sell or anything to work for, so you start selling your body. You start selling yourself. You become a maid, and you get A treated because they know you don't have a paper. You don't have papers of anything legalized in that country. So they start A treating you for whatever reason because they know you cannot report it to the law. And the law don't really care about you because the law you came in illegally. So they will play with you here and there, here and there, here and there, here and there. At the end of the day, you lose. So I tell people this: if I was a millionaire or billionaire, I would invest into the African youth. I see all these billionaires and millionaires in Africa. To me, they don't even care because they're all about the numbers. So I will definitely invest in the African youth. You know, African youth got potential, but they're not educated enough to know that there's the grass is not greener on the other side. The grass is even worse on the other side because all our sisters in Europe doing prostitution. Look at Italy. Italy got a high prostitution rate when it comes to Africans. That the Africans are heavy on prostitution in Italy. Some of them not sleeping. And this one girl was talking about even on her period, she has to put cotton or whatever in her, stick it all the way up in there so they cannot know that she's on her period. And now she got to go through all this pain. Some of the women on here, if you listen to me, imagine that you on your period, right? People do that maybe at home. I don't know your kind of thing you do, but I'm just saying. But man after man after man after man is sleeping with you on your period. Different men. It's not somebody you love or whatever to say, okay, you know what? Hey, that's my love, and maybe we can do all this and do all that. But it's somebody that just throwing whatever money at you, using you whatever way they want to use you, harsh, violent, whatever. They don't care because they know that you throwing this piece for some money, and they work for their money and come and spend it on you, so they think they can do whatever. They will misuse you. It's like a rental car. You rent a fast car. You're gonna drive it. You're gonna drive it so you can get your money worth out of it, and that's what happens into prostitution. I mean, some people be like, "Oh, I don't care. I don't have nothing to lose." You got so much to lose. Because when you sleep with people, you lose, you lose, you lose. People say luck. You lose blessings. People taking your blessings away. People taking it's spirit. Sex is spirit, is spiritual and physical. I tell people. So the African youth need to open their mind. Open your mind, like focus on something better than just going to Europe. Because it doesn't work like that. You feel me? It doesn't work like that. The sun is coming up. I gotta change this shit. So focus on focus on how to start a business. Africa is hard, but it's not hard when your business is going and your business started, when your business kicking. It's not hard anymore. You see what I'm saying? It gets easier and easier. Things get complicated, but I tell people, eagles fly in stormy weather. You will not see an eagle flying around when every other bird is flying around. You will see an eagle up when there's no other bird can fly. That's when the eagles fly because eagles fly in stormy weather. They use the storm as and to their advantage. So the storm is heavy, they just float. They just open their wings. They ain't got to flap, flap, flap like a pigeon, or they ain't got to flap like no other little bird or whatever. So they just soar on the wing, you know? So imagine Africans should take advantage of this. We need to take advantage of, the hardship, the hard time. And I know everything I'm saying here, some people see it like, man, mumbo jumbo, because he never been through it. He never, you never know what I've been through. You know, the innocent look maybe will fool you, or maybe, the face looking like, oh, yeah, I'm enjoying myself will fool you. But it's real, real cold I'm giving you. Like, you got to be careful when you do in your life. Struggling to go to Europe and lose your life, die in the Sahara Desert, or die crossing the ocean in that crowded boat, no water to drink, and all these things. Come on, think about it. What if y'all on that ship and the Italians don't see y'all crossing the water or whatever, and they can't get you? What happens to you? Everybody start dying. So you took that kind of chance with your life. People say, yeah, life is risky. It's not about you. Don't take risks with your life because where there is life, there is hope. Where there is life, there is hope. There's always room for you at home. Don't ever think when you leave your home, you can never come back because you left and you don't have anything you disgrace or you shame or and you can never come back home. Where you started from or where you left from, you can start again. Where there's life, there is hope. You started this before you can start it again. And now you wiser because you know you left Africa. You went out, you did your thing, and maybe it worked a little bit, maybe it didn't work too much like the way you expected it to work. Come back home, start over. Come back home and start over. Best way to do it. Come back home, start from scratch. It's never too late to come back home. And when you come back home, there's arms out there that will always be open to welcome you. That's something you need to know. People will say this, people will say that. You're not focusing on these people because all they see is right now. All they see is you standing right here. They don't see the future. They cannot tell what's going on, what's going to happen tomorrow. They cannot tell what's going to be, your tomorrow. You might come back home, boom, something big happened. You might come back home and some you driving around, maybe walking around and see something that you can turn over real quick and make $1 billion off. Some of the things I know, I don't really say anything about it on YouTube because when I get to Africa, that's the most simplest and basic stuff I would start because I know where one man trash is another man's treasure. So you just be thinking. In the Western world, you learn so much and you can do so much ways to get money. You just got to be careful and be focused. Focus, 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 focus is your main thing you want to do. When I go to Africa, people in clubs, people on the beach, people everywhere. If I go to any one of these vicinities or locations or whatever, I focus on why are these people gathered together. That's the main thing I look at first. What brings all these people together? What brings them together? What brings a group of people together? I look at that. When I go to the club or whatever, what brings a man in this club or a woman in this club? Think about it. Okay, you can write it down. My phone's got so many notes. If you check it out, I I go to anywhere I go. I sit there and watch, just monitor people. When you go to business school, they tell you, "Oh, do this, do that, do that." You gotta have this capital, you gotta have that, you gotta have. It's all in the book. I don't listen to that crap. Really, I focus on where I'm at, my location, and what people need there. If you in desert, you know they need water. You see what I'm saying? If you are in a desert, you know they need water. They need vegetables. They need food. If you are in the wild, you know people need shelter and all these things. Just think about it. Think about it. Stay focused. Focus on when you go somewhere. Watch. Don't just jump into things and start doing things. When you go somewhere, relax. Take a seat. Study people. Just watch them. See how they move. Watch their everyday move. When I went to Liberia, I sat there a week or two, just sitting there watching people, talking to people, laughing, acting like I'm not even focused on anything. I just came to chill, and I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes. Now it came to a point where I can, anyway, I won't say that. I keep it to myself till I get there. But anyway, think about it. I went to the marketplace. I walked around, walk in the market. I saw what was missing. And I sat there like, okay, that's number two. I drove through Liberia on my bike, you know, in my car, and I'm just looking at things like, wow, wow, simple things. Okay, that's how you do it. You don't just want to up and run and just, oh yeah, no, 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 it doesn't work like that. But if you stranded somewhere where you cannot find your way out, I'd rather get deported. I tell people, I'd rather get deported, or since you can't find your way out, since you can't catch a flight or whatever, I'd rather go to some embassy or whatever. Be like, look, you know what? I want to go home. Can you please send me home? It's better. That's what I think. But people say the country's so hard, I cannot come back. I cannot start over. Some people, I tell you, Africans are really strong because it's hard to see people suicidal in Africa. People might argue that with me on here, but it's hard to see an African take his life or her life over some stuff, over some hardship. You know, they ride it out. So this is not just the African, but any youth that find themselves uh, suffering, any youth that find his or herself suffering, right, struggling, ask somebody, stretch your hand out, and if you in that position of helping, help somebody. You see what I'm saying? As time goes by, we're gonna start things that we're gonna help each other out. If whenever somebody leave, maybe America, if I'm in Liberia, whenever somebody leave from out of the country or whatever, get deported or whatever, and you trying to get your stuff together and get your mind right, if I'm in Liberia, holla at me. I will have a job for you. That's one of the things I'm gonna promise people. If you come back or you get deported from anywhere and you want to start something up, I'm not saying I'm this millionaire out here. I'm not saying I got all this money willing to help people. No, I would be lying to you if I told you that. I will have something that we can work together and work together and make a living in the meantime until you can get your stuff together. You feel me? So don't give up because now you're deported from America, from Europe, from Dubai or whatever country. Don't give up. Don't think it's over because now you in that, you started from scratch. Now you fell down. Now it's just like that. When you fall, you sit down there because you fell. You are weakly. You weak. You are weak. You cannot be weak if you're trying to be successful. You cannot give up if you're trying to survive. Walk until you have no more breath. Move until you have nothing left. Take the last step. Give up the ghost. Moving. That's what I'm trying to say. And I don't mean die or kill yourself. No. Keep trying until you can't try no more. And when do I stop? Until you can't try no more. When I can't try no more. You would know. So it's just an encouragement, man. It's just something we need to watch out for. We need to get ourselves together, help each other out, and establish or maybe put together a union, something that can help people. When you come back or you get deported or whatever, you come back, hey, there go a little room for you. I think everybody that leave Liberia and come back and they got little room somewhere, they got house somewhere, or you're gonna need a little job or something. Maybe you go in the interior, ask people for some little piece of spot and plant and grow something over there. You feel me? So it's okay to come back home. Don't ever feel that it's not. Don't look at people. The first thing, self-confidence. That's what you need. First thing, you need to come back. I don't care what people say. Nobody care what people say. Really, if you think about it, people will talk. But when you come back home and you successful and that time when you get successful, they're gonna be like, when you turn to be a success, they're gonna be like, oh wow, he went to Europe, he got deported, or he went to America, he got deported, and he came back, he started over, now he's a millionaire. Anybody could do it. But when we leave from America and go back to Liberia or Africa or anywhere, and we start being successful, people say, oh, he came from America with a lot of money, so he was okay. So he started his business and he's doing good because he came from America. If I will go to America too and get money and come back. Don't fool yourself. Stop it. Focus on what people need and what people want. Focus on what people need. If you get into any business, focus on what they need. What people want, when things get hard, they're not going to go for what they want. They're going to go for what they need. They're going to go for food and shelter. That's what you need to focus on as a businessman. Look at the richest man in Africa. Follow his track and see where he went. Companies producing everything the Western world produces. So now you got Nigeria producing a lot of things. Of course, people still send things over here and there, because people need different stuff. People need varieties of stuff. People need things coming in and, things going out. So people would definitely need different stuff. But first choice is made in Africa. You see what I'm saying? The cost of labor is very cheap. We just need to do some mass production. That's all. We need to get into some mass production. Whatever you produce it crazy. Produce a lot of it. And don't just try to exploit your people. Do it where you get profit, but not too much because you're not trying to kill the people. You're not trying to make them go into the Western world and get it. Because if it's cheaper in China, people are going to go to China for it. For example, the black business owner, the black business. Usually the black business. But is this black business so cheap that your people can afford it? No. Black business is so expensive and the customer service is not good. So what do you expect? I'm going to run to the other business owners because they treat me well. Simple as that. You should have customer service, which most people don't have in Liberia. So, or Africa, whatever. When I say Liberia, I'm from Liberia, so I talk about Liberia a lot. And I think anybody should. That's where you're from, you should represent. So, I don't want this video to go to 30 minutes. I will end it right here. Thanks to everybody for listening, for sharing the video, for subscribing. We keep going up. The family keep getting bigger. I think um, I want to thank everybody for keep pushing this channel and keep advancing. Keep doing great. You're gonna have a lot of things to see, a lot of things to hear when I take a flight out of here. I appreciate you. Thank you and love you all. Have a great day. It's early in the morning where I'm at. The sun is shining the sun is shining a golden light on my face this morning. I can do nothing but thank God for it. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the blessings. Nothing but blessings, 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 blessings. So, and the next video I would do probably how to get out of here. I think I did that before. So I would just elaborate a little bit more on it. Thanks for watching. Thanks. I won't stop it today if I keep talking. Have a great day, great night, wherever you are.